I'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for Coffee Connections. And this is the Tuesday virtual coffee connection. And so we're going to get started. Anita is doing a great job on her own business and growing her own business. We're kind of taking it as a case study here in Backy, what's called Backy. And so it's before. So, how do you get a coffee connection? How do you get podcast? How do you get it to where you have people that join, and how do you get people to turn into business? How do you do it in mass rather than one on one? So it's a series that we're going through and using Anita as a case study. And so when we look at the 530 grid, you go ahead and identify targets. And so Anita's doing that. You develop and deliver a message. So she's doing that. You track 100% of leads. She's doing that. You ask people key questions. She's doing that. Strategic strike is 10 plus strategic strike is that. And then grouping people and messages together. She's doing that. This is called the golden triangle. So she's got that down into a system. She's time blocking that for her own business and then also for her clients as well. Now, what she's doing is she's moving into results based marketing. And so she's working with a team of other individuals through Life Masteries Institute, getting certified as she's certified as an EVA and then also a legacy partner. One of the things that they're trained in is organization. And so we kind of get an update, every week on what it is. Again, if you're brand new, if you haven't gone back through and seen the other podcasts, you're going to get lost pretty quick. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. But what they have is these are the different ones that they have, and then they have who's it's assigned to. So before you market an event, podcast, a coffee connection, whatever it is, before the event, and then you do it after the event, and then you do consistently, and then you do it in an exciting way, and then you do it with the intention of enlarging the group. So hopefully next week, their support team will have links in here. So again, everything's speed. Like if it takes 100 steps to be successful. So because we didn't have the links in here, Adam and David, because we didn't have the links in here, this gets pushed out another whole week. Ouch, guys. You want to go ahead and, get that in and going it through it. Here you have targets, so these are the targets. This is going to be box one. And so you want to have all of those out. And so Anita is focused in on this one here. So this is the virtual, that's that one there. And so that's that one there that she's focused in and number in the group. And so she's got, and then number in the core group. How many do you have in the core group, Anita? So I think it's 33 or something like that. And so one of the things is again, what we're doing is it's like lacrosse or it's like pickleball. It's balls against the walls. It's just boom, 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 boom. You just learn how to go ahead and respond really, really quick because when people do that, you just do. So then here, I think there's 13,000. Again, these are not really. It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. This is what it is, And so you have this, and you put this stuff in, you just fill it out and you keep this here. So then we go through. So Anita, you've been sending things out. I think you sent things out to 13,000. So you can get more results in 33 than you can in 13,000 in the short term. So this is your core group. This is going to be here. And so if we could, like next week, too bad we're not here this week, right? Hate that. If you're one of those kind of people like, oh, whatever, like it happens whatever. It's okay to be those kind of people. Just don't set very high goals in life or income or anything else. Like if you survive, you survive. And if you don't, you don't. It's okay. Obviously, people would say, Mark, you're a type A personality. Half of me is, half of me is analytic. And so I like to do things fast and perfect in that order and being able to go through it. So Anita, what numbers do you have for this year?
Okay, so my clicks would be help. Okay. So the opens are at 5,600.
Nice. And so what Anita what you want to do is you want to have 5,600 and then you want to have a percentage. You want to set that up into a spreadsheet and get that. So it's right there. So 5,600 and a percentage, and then you have clicks and a percentage there.
Click rate is 120%.
So that's on the individual, or that's, so how can you have, so those are not unique clicks, those are going to be other clicks. And so if you can get it down to where it's just boom, 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 like it's always the same, then you can be faster. Now, what's interesting in business and sales, in growing a business, is when you're fast, by and large, people are going to trust you. If you're not fast, people will tend to, does he really know what he's talking about? Like if I'm tentative and cautious, and then people won't have confidence in us. And if people don't have confidence in us, what does that do to our level of confidence?
Takes it down.
Takes it down. So we're in control of our confidence or not based on like how, like, are we prepared? Are we ready? Do we look ready? Do we sound ready? Are we engaged? Like Mark, it's like, dang, that guy, like, what is he? 37 years old, right? Maybe he's 27 years old. Like this guy's on it. He's moving. Like he's got it. Like, is this done in the morning? No, this is done 4 o'clock Eastern time. He's got more. Did he have coffee? Nope. Didn't have any coffee. Like, it's like, are you passionate about what you're doing? Like, are you really passionate about what you're doing? Do you have everything in order? Are you coming prepared? Are you coming ready to go ahead and do it? And so good. So again, David and Adam, it's like, like if I could see. So what we do is we have opens, we have clicks, and then we have engagements. And so this is the one thing that's really ticking me off. And so we have a 3-minute survey. So this looked at, this is amazing. This thing is amazing. It takes 3 minutes to fill it out. We know their personality. This is through Life Masteries Institute, phenomenal nonprofit organization. They're amazing. And so they're the ones that know how to do all of this stuff. So in 3 minutes or less, you can know their personality, you can know their biggest challenge, and you can know what they'd love help on. Based on 3 minutes, there's not a week that goes by that somebody doesn't say, my gracious, Mark, like we've been talking for minutes. You know me better than my mom knows me. So once I understand their personality, I know their strengths, weaknesses, what they like, what they don't, turns them on, turns them off, if they're married, who they're married to, conflict, marriage, what to say, when to say it, how to say it. I know more about them in 3 minutes than they know about themselves. 30%, 33% of the people who answer this question, the biggest challenge, will say something directly about time. Over 90, I think it's 94% of the people, if you ask them if you had more time, would it help you solve your biggest challenge? And they'll say yes. And so there's things through Life Masteries Institute. They're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. They have, I don't know what it is, over 94% of their intellectual property they give away for free. Like they have this amazing 30-day challenge, 10 videos on the secret about time. It's the science on how I own 9 companies and I have an extra 20 to 30 hours of free time a week. Like, that's crazy. I mean, people have one business say, I don't know how you do it with 9 companies. It's systems. It really is. It's all about systems and being able to go through it. Now, this is the old one. There's over 40,000 people that hit this site, and a handful of them filled it out. I'm like, really? So what they're doing is they're working on revisiting it. Now, they've tried to use AI on it, and AI is really smart at telling you what's wrong, but not so good at solving your problems. So they'll tell you why this site isn't, they'll tell you why this site isn't working. Okay, great. Appreciate all the help. What should the site look like? They don't know. AI doesn't know. Like, it's just weird, but it is what it is. So this is the new 3-minute. Now they're working on this, and what they're doing is they're sending out tens of thousands of people, driving them to this, and then through Google Analytics, they can measure. The latest measurements is 0 seconds. I don't know how that's possible, but anyways, so the next piece that they're going to be working on in the case study is the next thing they're going to be looking on, and this will work with any business. Doesn't matter what business it is. Once you find out their personality, once you find out their biggest challenge, that's their pain in their life. What would they love help with? That often is going to be the pleasure, but it could be the pain, could be the same thing, could be something different. based on their personality, that will reveal to you how you can help them solve the pain. Now, Anita's probably going to give Adam, he'll give Adam this. He'll give Adam this recording, this podcast, and then Adam's going to go ahead and put this into AI. And then what we're going to do is see if AI can go ahead and put together a 1 to 3 minute video that's going to be here on this page, and we'll sell somebody on the results of doing it. So AI, if you're paying attention to me, or Adam, making sure that AI pays attention to me, what will somebody get? What's the output of when you take 3 minutes of your time? What's going to happen as a result of you taking 3 minutes of your time? So what it's going to do is, based on your personality, it will help you to deeply understand yourself in a way that'll be mind-blowing. It looks at your personality, and once we know your personality, we know your strengths, weaknesses, what you like, what you don't, turns you on, turns you off, if you're married, who you're married to, conflict of marriage. We know more about you in 3 minutes than literally people know about themselves. This connects directly back in to your personality. So again, the number one challenge people have is time. And so if you're an amiable and you have time issues, you don't have enough time, likely the reason you don't have time is you're too nice to people. People come up and talk to you, and you talk back to them, like you share with them. You're nice. You're a nice person. That nice person is robbing you, your spouse, your children of your time. You're making less money, and you're working longer than you need to work because you're a nice person. You won't say no. People will take advantage of you. If you're a cube or out of order, so ball is an amiable, conflict with others is an amiable. If you're out of order or a cube, that would be an analytic. And so the reason that you're struggling with time, likely in part, maybe large part, is you're probably a bit OCD. Now, so your strengths, your greatest strengths is you like to dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure things are done properly in order. Your weakness is the same. You like to dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure things are properly in order. So you're too picky. Everything's got to be perfect, but in life, if everything's perfect, you're not going to get everything done. And so you're going to miss the big picture, and you're going to be picky, and there's no benefit. There's no time or money benefit. You're just being picky to be picky. If you're an analytic, in part, largely, probably. The next higher frequency is a wavy line. That's the expressive, or boring or not fun. So that type of personality, the reason they don't have fun, or the reason they run out of time, is because they're like butterflies. They chasing like all these different things, and so they have all these ideas. So their greatest strengths is they have a million ideas. Their energy, excitement, enthusiasm. Their weakness is their energy, million energy, excitement, enthusiasm. They have a million ideas. And so what they need to do to get more time is they need to go ahead and be more disciplined and get what's the most important thing. If they do that, they will have more time to have more fun. They will actually, the reason they don't do it is because they want to have more fun, and they end up having less fun because they're not disciplined in their time. The driver, their greatest strength is that's a pyramid or out of control. The reason they don't go ahead and they don't have time is because their greatest strengths is their drive, assertiveness. They make things happen. Their weakness is drive, assertiveness. They make things happen. So what they might often do is they might run over people. So they might think, I'm going to cut corners, or I don't need to let everybody know what's going on. They just do things. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a video AI comes up with. And so it needs to be a 1 to 3 minute video that's going to be here. It's going to listen to me, and then it's going to come up with a 1 to 3 minute video where there's going to be explaining, if you fill out this 3 minute, survey. If you fill this out, you're going to go ahead and get this. This is the results you're going to get. And so when people watch that, and we'll be able to tell how long they're on the page and all that kind of stuff. And so this will transform people's lives. Totally and absolutely. I know that because I've been doing it for over 30 years. The key is how do you get them to understand it? It needs to be put into some type of a communications message where they see that. There are 3 types of learning modalities. There's the visual, verbal, and kinesthetic learning. So people learn by seeing, hearing, and doing, touching, feeling. So below this, there might be find out more information. So you watch the video up here, you go ahead and fill this out over here. And so this right here might be taken here and moved over here. And then there might be a video here that somebody can go ahead and click on it to see a summary of what they're going to get. Now, what people are going to be afraid of is and again, doesn't matter what industry you're in, it will go ahead and help you to bring value to your prospects. When you bring value to your prospects and understand them at a deep level, that puts you in a better position to sell anything. I don't care what you're selling. It's anything. So it's a very, very powerful tool in being able to go through and do that. So that's what they're working on. That's what this is right here. And so I went in, got frustrated, ticked at the 40,000 people. I'm like, that's a lot of people that we could have helped. There's a lot of business that could have brought for my own companies, my 9 companies, and Anita's company and Becky's company and all of those type of things. And so, there's a lot of work here that goes into solving this problem. We solve this problem. We literally go ahead and help people make millions of dollars doing it a lot faster, more efficient. So that's, a lot of information. I'm sure AI is going to take this thing and do magical things with it. Can't wait to see what it is. Anita, what else do you have?
So this is just a weird question. So you were saying how the analytic is sometimes too picky and they waste time like that. How do you stop yourself from being too picky?
Yeah, so Nora's a double analytic. So we tell her to lock her double analytic in a closet. And so you look at things and say, is this really going to give me back time and money? If it doesn't give me back time and money, well, then I'm wasting time and money. And if I want to do that, that's fine. But don't complain about making less money and don't complain about working more hours. Just don't complain. It's your own fault. So you look at everything you do and say, like, do I really need to do it this good? Make sense?
Yep.
Nice. Any other questions you have, Anita?
Not right now.
Is there anything else on the Backy system? Like, is there anything else on the Backy system that you want to go ahead and you have questions on, you want to share with the group?
So I'm kind of learning how to target, like which groups to target.
Yep.
So like with the coffee connection, I have the virtual coffee connection, and then there's also the newsletter.
Okay.
So when I was trying to decide who to send it out to, like there's so many different groups I could send it out to. There's business owners, and then there's all the CPAs, there's teachers, there's policemen. Like I guess the one thing that was rolling through my brain was like, so how do I pick just like 1 or 2 groups?
So I would focus in on the business owners. CPA accounting firms they're going to be technically business owners, many of them, most of them. So I would focus in on business owners. And what business owners are in many ways a lot simpler to understand their pain. And so what they're looking for is how do I earn more, work less, reduce my stress, and improve my life balance? Like every business owner wants to do that. So what every business owner. Now, if you go ahead and tweak a message and you say on the subject line, if you have, which you do through Life Masteries Institute, you have databases of, CPAs or accounting firms. You have mortgage professionals, real estate professionals, you have architects, so you have all of these. probably if you're looking at police officers or you're looking at teachers, you're probably not going to go ahead. That would be through Life Masteries Institute, nonprofit. You're probably not going to, you can bring them tremendous value, but you're probably not going to make money on those. So I would focus in on the business people that you can make money. If you help them make more money, they're going to help you make more money. They just will. It's just how it works. So I would focus in on that messaging there. If you just change the subject line and the body a little bit and say, as CPAs, and then ask the question, and then do that same thing in the body. As a mortgage professional, as a real estate professional, if you change a little thing, because everybody seems to think that they're unique and they're different. I'm not saying they're not, they are, but not nearly as unique and different as what people think they are. I mean, every business is going to have, marketing. Doesn't matter what business you're in. You're going to have marketing. How do you generate more and better leads? Then you're going to have pre-sales. Once you get a lead, what do you do with it? Then you're going to have the sale. That's the yes and the no. And then you're going to have servicing. How do you create a raving fan servicing experience? So they refer everybody else they know to you, and then client or relationships for life. How do you build lifelong relationships, with people? And we're only as strong as our smallest link. So if we have $1 million wow income goal, but our smallest pipe is 100,000, we're only going to make 100,000. So that's just what we're going to be. So it's getting all of these things into alignment and then understanding your messaging. The effectiveness of your messaging is going to be twofold. One is, and you're only as strong as the smaller of the two, the link. So a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Same thing here. So it's going to be your database, the groups of people you're doing, and then your messaging. Your messaging is going to be ask a question, tell a story 9 times out of 10. Ask a question that opens up the heart, tell a story that helps to move them. What do you want to move them to? In your situation, you want to move them to do the 3-minute personality assessment. So the better you ask the question, that grabs them. As a CPA, are you struggling with time? As a CPA, what's the hardest thing in tax season? So they're in the middle of tax. They're getting started, ramped up in tax season now. So you try to find out, what are they facing? Where are their struggles? And so you want to go after the pain, ask the question, and then tell the story. And in this situation, you're telling the story, and part of the story is telling them about how their personality and the 3-minute personality assessment will help them gain more time. Make sense? Nice. Becky, anything else you have?
Yeah. So like we target the groups first, right?
Yep.
So we're mailing out booklets
Oh,
and
sorry, go ahead.
so we're mailing out booklets and I got already 3 calls that they never received a booklet.
That's a leak in the pipeline. And so, do you have the right address? Is the post office delivering it? What's going on there? And so you got to figure out what that is. So that's direct mail. You're doing the direct mail. And then, so you need to find out what's going on there. Why is that not going through? It's problem solving, kind of 101. The email marketing, you can go ahead and you can send that out. You can send that out and you can go ahead and gain access to, here, the 2 I think you're using are going to be, the examination. So do you ever feel like you own a job rather than a company? And so here you have the booklet. So they can print that out, or you have it printed, you can send it to them. But obviously, from your perspective, that costs time and money. And so, or you could send them this link. So this link is going to go down here. And so that will go ahead, this link here will go ahead and drive them to this. And then this link here will drive them to this. So here's a case study on somebody that's actually on people that are actually going through and implementing a BOSS system. So you could use both the booklet and you could use the email too, combination of both of those. Obviously, you're probably not going to send out 10,000 booklets, but you can send out 10, 20, 30, 100,000 emails that have access and link to this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we're kind of wasting our time with booklets, maybe.
No. It's different, right? It's not wasting time, probably both. You could go ahead and find that sending out one booklet could be better and more effective than sending out 1,000 emails because nobody does print anymore. Nobody sends anything through the mail anymore. They just don't. And so if you go through and so I would do both strategies and then see which one's more effective. And they both might be effective just in different ways. Does that help?
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else you have, Becky?
No.
Mario, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Nora, anything you got?
No.
Okay. So again, as promised, we always go over a lot of information in a short period of time. People say, Mark, you talk awful fast, right? And so as you get more accustomed to this, you're going to be like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're going to connect the dots. So if you have any questions on this, well, share this with other people. You know, when the average person on the street knows 250 people. The average business owner knows over 5,500 people. So when you help a business person grow their business or save time, as you help them grow their business, they're going to help you grow your business. As your business grows, their business grows. When the tide rises, all the ships rise together. And so share this with other business owners, say, this is an interesting podcast and they've got some interesting concepts in this. And I think if we could partner together, I can help you, you can help me. Together, we can accomplish a lot more. If you're helping other business owners and they're helping you, then you get a lot more value. They get a lot more value, and we both win in amazing ways. If you have any questions on anything we covered today, feel free to connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll free 888-230-2300, outside the U.S. 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.